else.
I mean, he actually caught HIV, like having like a lot of women.
Oh yeah, let's just go down the rabbit hole of all of his sins.
I'm just saying.
You want to know what's wild about that though? He faced that head up.
He did.
And he didn't stop. And he didn't stop doing what he's done.
You know, the next thing is, man, Craig Mack was the one that jumped Bad Boy off. And you know, Nick so bad that Craig Mack, who died from AIDS, that man, he got brainwashed so bad from Diddy and got done so wrong. The man went to South Carolina and joined a cult with his family until he died of AIDS a few years ago.
I was like a slave, okay? For them, that's what I was. That's all right? I caught and I came back and I sued him for the robberies and won. But
Diddy may have entered jail facing a legal storm, but now he's caught in something far more alarming, a serious health crisis. Whispers have been circulating for months about him battling a severe illness, and now leaked medical reports suggest his health file is stacked with multiple STDs. The revelation has purportedly shaken inmates and staff alike. People first grew suspicious when Diddy appeared in court noticeably thinner. While some chalked it up to the loss of luxury behind bars, others believe the weight loss points to something much more serious, possibly HIV. Internet rumors have only fueled the fire, with claims that Diddy engaged in risky encounters even while locked up, possibly contracting or spreading infections in the process. Given the long-standing rumors about his wild and unfiltered lifestyle, from secret parties with male escorts to his infamous freak-offs, the speculation doesn't come as a shock. He was known for going all out. Men, women, no protection. Just baby oil and chaos. When federal agents raided his properties and found nearly 1,000 bottles of baby oil but not a single trace of protection gear, it painted a chilling picture. Now the consequences may be catching up.
And they seized cases and cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs. More than 1,000 bottles altogether.
Now, people are calling those infamous freak-off parties nothing short of breeding grounds for disease. And the aftermath is starting to show. Multiple women have stepped forward, claiming they contracted herpes from men tied to Diddy's inner circle, and the web of infection appears to be expanding. Things took an even darker turn when Jaguar Wright added fuel to the fire in a bombshell interview with Real Life Productions. She didn't mince words, boldly claiming that Diddy has been secretly battling HIV for some time. But she didn't stop there. According to her, he's far from alone. Jaguar alleges there are at least 20 other men in the industry also infected, and she says she's got all their names locked and loaded. While she hasn't dropped the list yet, she hinted that it's coming soon on her own platform and warned that the scope of this issue is way bigger than anyone realizes.
Could have that opportunity just like everybody else.
I mean, he actually caught HIV, like having like a lot of women.
Oh yeah, let's just go down the rabbit hole of all of his sins.
I'm just saying.
You want to know what's wild about that though? He faced that head up.
He did.
And he didn't stop. And he didn't stop doing what he's done.
He an advocate. Now he did that. And
period. Listen to me. He faced that head up. How many dudes is running around undetectable? G.
Come on.
In the game.
Now, every celebrity who's ever been close to Diddy is catching side eyes, and one of the biggest names being mentioned is Usher. His connection to Diddy isn't just surface level, they go way back. In fact, Usher once lived with Diddy in New York when he was just 13 years old, a story he casually shared with Howard Stern like it was all good. But now, in light of everything coming out, that story hits way different. To make things worse, Usher has his own legal baggage. He's faced multiple lawsuits from people claiming he knowingly infected them. And suddenly, those cases are getting a lot more attention.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right?
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and like nonstop.
Hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Right?
No, not really.
Come on.
But did that?
But as Usher kept talking about his time with Diddy, things started to sound ... off. He admitted the environment was very curious. and flat out said he'd never let his own kids be around anything like that. His words hit hard. Would you ever send your kid to puppy camp? Hell no. That alone raised eyebrows. Because if something dark really went down during that time, and if the rumors about Diddy's long-term battle with STDs are true, then Usher might be sitting on more than just uncomfortable memories. And let's not forget, Usher has already been hit with lawsuits accusing him of passing herpes to 2 women and even a man. But the rabbit hole goes deeper. Back in 2018, a name popped up that most ignored. Jonathan Audi, a former adult film actor. He went off the rails and shot up Trump's Dorado resort in a bizarre meltdown. But before that, he was naming names, claiming he had been coerced into sexual situations with both Diddy and Cassie. He even claimed he caught her in the middle of it all.
Would you ever send your kid to puffy camp?
I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. Hell no.
See? It turns out that the lawsuit Jonathan Audi mentioned wasn't just some wild story. It was real, and reportedly settled quietly behind closed doors to keep the noise down. At the time, most people dismissed him as unhinged. But now, in a shocking twist, his photo was presented in court as one of Diddy's hired escorts. Suddenly, the streets are listening and looking back at everything with fresh eyes. Even Kim Porter's name is being pulled back into the spotlight, long surrounded by questions. Her death is now under a whole new level of scrutiny. Rumors had swirled for years, but now there are whispers from people claiming to have seen her real autopsy report, alleging Kim was HIV positive before she passed. It's hard to say how credible that is, but it's what's being said. And it hits different knowing Kim wasn't just an ex. She was the mother of Diddy's children, his live-in partner, his ride or die at one point. Don't know if she was positive, who gave it to her. The timeline feels foggy, and some are now wondering if her death was more than tragic. Maybe it was timed to silence deeper secrets. And then there's Craig Mack, another Bad Boy original, who died of AIDS in 2018.
I was like a slave, okay? For them, that's what I was. That's all right? I caught and I came back and I sued them for the herpes and won. But they did.
Craig Mack and Diddy had a major falling out back in the day, and not just over music. Word is, Craig realized Diddy was using him and dipped. But now, people are wondering if Craig left the spotlight willingly, or if he saw something behind the scenes that made him run, something dark. Because one thing's becoming disturbingly clear. A lot of people who got too close to Diddy either end up dead, infected, or permanently silenced. And those who make it out, most got paid off, or scared into silence. Let's talk hush money. Diddy's camp has long been rumored to drop serious bags to keep people quiet. Now, names are being thrown into the mix. Cyrus, French Montana, and Meek Mill. Sources claim they've all been cut that don't talk check. And when you really look back, it adds up. Remember when Lil Rod aired out a Philly rapper who used to date Nicki Minaj? Everyone knew he meant Meek Mill even though he didn't say the name. Then Meek jumped online with a cryptic tweet about how powerful his voice is and how they want him gone. He even said he'd drop $100,000 to investigate who's smearing him. But people weren't convinced. It felt like pure damage control. Then boom, a video surfaces of Meek, poolside with Diddy, looking real comfortable. And just like that, the noise died down.
You know, the next thing is, man, Craig Mack was the one that jumped Bad Boy off. And you know, Nick so bad that Craig Mack, who died from AIDS, that man, he got brainwashed so bad from Diddy and got done so wrong. The man went to South Carolina and joined a cult with his family until he died of AIDS a few years ago.
And then things got even wilder. One of Diddy's former bodyguards leaked an audio recording, and according to those who heard it, it allegedly caught Diddy and Meek Mill in some seriously intimate vibes. The clip hasn't surfaced publicly, but the whispers are loud and growing.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
What? Yo, wait a minute. Wait. Ah!
Now, the latest chatter, word on the block, is that Diddy's not slowing down even behind bars. Rumor has it he's got a full-blown fan club of jail groupies. And we're not talking about admirers, we're talking about inmates reportedly, fighting over who gets to make his bed. Seriously, shout out to Lisa Evers because she's the one who first reported it. According to her sources, Diddy's been allegedly getting down with these inmates in ways we can't even describe here. And in prison, where protection is limited at best, the risk level through the roof. Which is why this whole thing is starting to make a twisted kind of sense. Diddy might not just be staring down criminal charges. He could be tied to a growing body count of people he's allegedly infected, used, or paid off to stay silent. If even half of this is true, he won't just be drowning in legal fees, he'll be buried under lawsuits for years. The real question is, how many lives did Diddy really drag into his world? And just how deep does this rabbit hole go? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you thought this was wild, wait till you see the next jaw dropper. It's even crazier.